Yes, everyone who isn't me is wrong. Wait, this isn't my blog. Why would I be talking to a blog anyways? So I'm a white internet geek, and I have been for a long time. I mean, no clue how long I've been white. I mean, I think I just noticed that now. But I've been a geek since I was a kid. My sister showed me tons of geeky anime and games and stuff, and forever chained me to the garbage pile that is geek culture. So, yeah, it's pretty great. The internet, of course, is a large contributor to geek culture. The two cultures practically synonymous at this point. Do you have to be on the internet to be a geek? No, there were tons of geeks before it, but it's the easiest way to consume and interact with your favorite bits of geeky media. I can still remember the first day I entered the wild world of the internet. I had wanted to watch some anime or something, and my sister pulled up the Japanese version with subtitles, because that's all that was available. And I absolutely hated it, and swore off any further internet usage. Suffice to say, all I do is surf the internet nowadays. As I have experienced the internet over these many years, however, while I can't say I'm some sage of internet knowledge, I have noticed many trends within the culture that have had some heavy effects on me. What I'm saying is, I'm the amazingly awesome god of a man I am now because of the internet. But really, I have experienced many different, let's say, quirks of people that have led me to become, let's say, cynical when faced with determining whether these quirks are real things that's happening to them, or if these people are just sort of acting crazy. A lot of people who call themselves fans of different media, TV shows, games, or whatever, like to portray themselves similarly to the characters from those shows. Even I've done it, a habit I've only kicked recently with saying, like, "Aye, aye, aye," when annoyed, like the robot Alpha from Power Rangers. Though some people tend to like to take this to the extreme. A more innocent example was a kid in middle school I knew, desperately trying to convince me that he was, in fact, a werewolf. And in middle school, it seems to be the most popular age range for people who think sort of similarly to that, though I still managed to meet a couple of people in high school who were convinced that they had some sort of special affinity for blood. One said he had a fetish for drawing blood with his teeth. Another said he'd go insane if he saw blood. And though I'm a little ashamed to admit it, later on I did actually end up showing him a cut I got to see if he actually would go crazy. Why even the smallest bit of me bought into it, I don't know. Maybe I have some faint hope that there really is some sort of magic in the world, and this somehow manifests in a guy going crazy when he sees blood, I guess. Yeah, he didn't do anything. So obviously he was BSing, so you know. Now of course examples like that can be easily written off as just people vying for attention, because they are. Like, no, you're not some crazy insane person that goes psychotic when they see blood. Like, I tested it, man. You're really not. You can stop it. Like, you can be your own person. But it also gets me to like wonder about how much of things people say about themselves are actually true, and how much is, whether it be conscious or unconscious, how much of it is people just sort of trying to make up their own sort of identity, and that's not necessarily real, but that they think it's cool. Like, I wonder how many people are just sort of trying to play their own ideal version of themselves in some sort of grand play they want to call life. Like, and how many people are actually just being normal people who understand what common sense is. Like, I don't know. Though when I say stuff like that, I get worried about my own pretension, and if I'm putting on some sort of act as some sort of wise child or something and spiral into some sort of metaphorical but not actually psychological, probably paranoia about it. I don't know.